Well, I'm in my favorite place in the world lately, and it's Walmart. I'm going to go over here and take a look and show you some things that have helped me build out my extensive wiring system you might have seen. I've got a lot of my stuff from right here. I use this as the little conduit, just flex tubing. Uh, you may have seen that in some of my videos. I've used a couple of these to sort of construct a connector for some of my 12 volt stuff, including my butane propane sensor. I've got a couple of these splitters already over there with USB. I haven't used the USB yet. Also, I have used some of these for connectors and things. Most of the time I just use electrical tape or duct tape to tape the things up. I find those are just as good as using these little crimps, and sometimes better. But most of what I've got over here is what I've used in my van. I've used this. That's over there near where my power is, where I can, where the solar controller and stuff are, and I use those to hook up my refrigerator. I've also used them to hook up some of the other stuff in the van, some of which I've wired to the back. Of course, I've got cable ties out the wazoo. I use those to sort of arrange the tacky wiring I've got. And I've actually got a set of these. I'll show you that later. But I've got those up, and now those act as one of my major sources of light in my van. So, really, you can get most of what you get from here, what you need from Amazon. I mean, you get most of what you need from Walmart. I also use Amazon to buy things like the long wires, those long extension connectors, and things like that, and special purpose stuff that more quality is required for. A lot of the, all of the wiring for for my batteries and stuff there from Amazon or. But the basic stuff you need to really get things wired up inside is right here. You can even use some of this auto wire, but of course I buy in slightly larger bottles from Home Depot. So we'll see. So I just want to give you a quick look at basically all the wiring necessities are right here. I also use this little stripper. This is a very good little auto stripper there. I've got that in my toolkit. I don't have this one. I have a better stripper than that one. So, pretty cool. Alright, let's move on. Alright, over here you see some really serious cable ties. I actually need a couple of these. I didn't expect to buy anything, but I do need some big cable ties. I'm trying to do something to, believe it or not, help insulate my van, and this is going to help. I'll explain that later. 24-inch cable ties, 18-inch cable ties. Oh, 24 inches. What's this one? This one's 36 inches. I don't think I need that much. 18 inches. I think I will use 24 inches. Let's get that one. It's only 50 cents more. Well, and up here, it's at least one or two of these are underneath my bed. I always get these containers from. Everybody gets these containers from Walmart. And I also have some of these funny milk crates. That one looks pretty beat up. I've used a couple of more of those, but they've only got this one, and this one does not look like it's in great shape. I'll get one of those from one of the other Walmarts that I'm spending a lot of time at lately. Well, it's not going to get any warmer the next few days. It's supposed to have a snowy, wintry mix. So I better get a couple of more of these propane canisters. If it holds off for a little bit, what I'll be doing is getting the big one filled so I don't have to do this so often. I've already been told that I might have overpaid to fill it up, but we'll see. I'm saving a lot of money off rent. I guess I can put a little bit in propane.